Hey Chad, if you're able to hear me, things are going wacky, dude. I can't get the camera to turn around. I can't. I got. Here we go. Everything's like way glitchy. So just be aware if you're even able to hear me. I hope you're able to hear me. Let me see here. Chad Rev Art. Let's see. I don't want to block you. What's going on? We're having a little bit of a drag here as far as hey wandering. What's going on, buddy? Here we go. It's coming. Everything just seems to be kind of slow and glitchy. Having trouble getting going here.
You can see me, but I'm gonna keep doing this until my stuff clears off.
Hey, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Nice. Are you? I can't hear you now.
Gosh, man, the box froze up and I couldn't breathe again. Oh.
There you are, dude. You feeling better now?
What's up, homie?
Man, I had a heck of a time when I kept trying to come on the live. It
I'm
just
golden,
shut down.
homie.
So we'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
I
What's
think
up,
we're okay
Pace
now. We
and
might be
Whitney?
a little glitchy. Painting. We got painting today. She's not
It'll
feeling
be all right.
100%, so we appreciate her being here. How
Oh,
you
man,
doing, Whitney?
I'm sorry.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Chad.
I saw Wanderings up in here. What's up, Wandering?
Hey, Pace.
SA.
Good to see Pace. We got SA. We got Tiffany in the chat. Right on.
Be in the chat.
So, cool,
Excellent.
man. It was a
You're
little,
appreciated.
it was a little weird. Trying to get everything rolling here. I'm not sure what was going on. You see how it's
Bumpy on the
freezing us?
takeoff. It'll be
Yeah.
all right.
A little grumpy. Just give it some time. man.
Let's just make as many weird faces and body postures as possible. That way, if it freezes, everybody gets like
many as we
something
can.
really cool. What's up, Sean?
What's happening, Sean? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Glad everybody's joining us today. We appreciate it.
Oh,
You found your way to the Gen Project show, and the man down
Everybody
in the corner is
tap it.
Chad Rev Art. He's always
What up?
he's always down there doing
Yeah.
his thing. Usually giving me grief. We are a
much as
woodworking
possible.
show. We do some woodworking stuff on here, but our daytime show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we also talk about other things as far as like art and mental health and things like that. So we had Josh on Tuesday. He gave us his journey in art. That was an amazing show. Today we got Nelly Artistic Energy coming on, man. You know Nelly. Nelly's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So for those of you that don't know Nelly Artistic Energy, she's an amazing person. She's a mother, a wife, an artist, community leader, a friend. She's a lot of things, man. She's an amazing person.
Haley Beth says, I'm here again.
Hey, Haley Beth, it sure is good to see you. I sure appreciate you, Haley Beth. Haley Beth is an artist herself.
Awesome.
So, Santiago, what's happening, man? And
What
for
a
those viewing
dude.
at home, we got Santiago coming on next Tuesday on this very show, the Gen Project.
Yes.
He is the
Yes.
special featured guest on Tuesday, and I'm excited. That man does some art, and he's a pretty smart fellow, too. I'm looking forward to that interview.
So I wanted to know what time.
What time? 3:30 is when the Gen Project show starts. That's Eastern time. And we usually bring the guest on about 4:15 Eastern time. And I understand San Diego's got some children to get to and from school and whatnot. So when I talk to him on Monday at 2:30, when he calls me on Monday at 2:30 Eastern time, we will work out all the details.
Nice.
Right on. All right, San
Very good.
Diego. At 2:30 on Monday Eastern, you're calling me and on the Discord there, and we'll sort out all the details. No worries. Gotcha.
What's up, Poison Ivy?
Okay. So, hey, Poison Ivy, good to see you. If if you're not going to be home till 4, Santiago, then give me a ring and let me know, because I'm not sure what 4 you're talking about. I think you're in New York, so I think you're talking about Eastern time. So that will all work out. It would be 4:15 before we would bring you up, but we'll sort all that out. Give me a call next Monday. If you have to call me later than 2:30, that's fine, but give me a call on Monday. SA Artistry's in the house. Appreciate you. I've got a thing here for SA Artistries. On February 10th in Marietta, Georgia, at the Heart and Soul Art Crystal Shop and Gallery, which is a Saturday at 5:30 it starts. She's in an art contest there, and I guess they're announcing the winners around 6:30. I guess I can tell you, Essay, is it all right to say a little bit about that? Do we got a plan for that?
Can we?
Got a little thumbs up. Give me a little thumbs up, Essay.
Can we talk about you?
Essay is going to be doing her art contest, and yours truly is going to show up down there and do his best to support her. And
in person.
Chad Rev Art down here in the box is going to be the man in the box for her as she broadcasts live, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a big deal.
Thank you, SA.
Some kind of showcase kind of thing going on with her. So
I believe
part of that.
Can we keep talking, SA? Is it okay? I don't know how much you've let out of the bag yet, but first off, thank you. I'm honored that you asked me to come and be in the box and co-host for you on that very special occasion, SA. I'm very honored. Thank you very much. Just a little thing. Get out of here. She's having the humbleness. Guys, listen. SA is one of the best artists on TikTok. And Gen's going to be there in person. He's going to cross the barrier. He's going to cross the ethereal plane into the physical realm and join our homegirl. And I'm going to be the host with the most and the loud mouth in the corner. So we've got to make that day the coolest day that we possibly can, because I hear she's probably even getting a showcase that day on here, on TikTok. So guys, the rest of the world is recognizing her greatness and giving her a little bit of love. So if you're not, don't get behind. Do that. Sorry again. All you, brother.
And hey, here's the thing. You don't have to show up in Marietta, Georgia. You can just show up on her live, which will be sometime. She's going to announce it on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, the 10th of February. So just mark your calendar and be willing to go online here and support her. That's what we're trying to do on this particular platform, is build a community and support each other. So that's about half of what this show is about. The other half is woodworking. Maybe
I'll set up a dunk tank or something here for myself, and people can throw balls and maybe get me to splat. I don't know if we can get that to go through TikTok, but we'll figure it out. If you can cross the barrier into the physical world, then maybe we can figure out a way for them to, anyway.
And SA Artistries also does on every other Friday night.
Here,
she does a painting contest. A painting. You pick it and she paints it, and this is what we picked, and that's what she painted. And as you can see, I'm right here in the picture.
That's not you. That's not right you.
There. She said it was.
Eric the Airbrush Artist is in here. He'll tell you that's a lie.
And Chad's in here too. You might see Chad in here too. So, she's an amazing artist. She has a show on every other Friday night called You Pick It, I'll Paint It. And then somebody wins it, and then they're really awesome, and they actually send it to me instead. So that's how.
That's not
works.
how it's really supposed to work all the time. That's not the rules of the way it works, guys. You don't have to send it. Please don't.
Our good friend Knowing sent me this one.
You guys. I had a leash on this dude, and you guys are just feeding him, and he's getting out of control.
And this is some more of her art.
There you go. Okay, I'll shut up now. Good art. Y'all become boomers.
Art.
Stick your face up close to the screen. Check it out.
Check it out, boomers. All right. So
what it is.
SA Artistries, February 10th, Saturday night. At least be willing to support all the TikTokers here. I'm going to go in person, and Chad's going to be there too. So thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. Please follow each other. There's some amazing people I see going through here. The Real Goop,
I was about to say
SA
that.
Artistry, Santiago, painting at Tiffany's. There's just the 4 on the screen that I happen to see right here.
Sleepy the artist is in here with us, y'all.
Sleepy's dope, y'all. Follow Sleepy.
Yes. Real Goopy Goop. I think you said
Eric,
that.
the airbrush artist. That's our dude right there. You know, we love
Danielle's in here.
Danielle.
Oh my gosh. Sporadic is in here. That's our boy.
Sporadic. So today, as I was mentioning, we're going to have Nelly Artistic Energy on.
For sure, Sleepy.
She's got a cool story. I'm looking forward to her being on. She does some amazing art. She has a show on Thursday nights, which will be after Chad's show tonight. So we have the opportunity to put her on the show today. And then tonight, we'll send out of your show and try to get some people to go to her show too. So
yeah.
That's the big plan. What I've been working on in the shop is starting on those joinery boxes we were talking about. And as things work out in the shop, as in life sometimes, everything doesn't necessarily go as planned. So the first part of the plan was to take some rough boards that I had and run them through a planer and get them smoothed out like this.
Some people might not know what a planer is. You want to give a real quick explanation of what that is?
Well, sure. Here's a hand planer. And if you were using this,
Appalachian Pawpaw tools.
you would use this to flatten a piece of wood this way. They have longer ones, which are joiner planers, set up the same way, just longer. And that's what you would use to join them this way. But the particular kind of planer that I'm talking about, I'm a little leery to show you because it's been so glitchy today.
You're good. You're good. You can just explain that it makes it flat board.
I'm going to flip the camera and be just crazy about it and see what happens.
Here goes everything, y'all. Hold on. Don't get sick. Don't get sick. Hold on. Hold on.
If everything shuts down, well, then we'll know that
I'm going to watch Scooby-Doo, dude. If this shuts down, I'm going straight inside having burritos and watching Scooby-Doo. That's my plan.
That's what I would do. All right, now I can't see anything on the screen, but hopefully you can. So there's the wood when we got finished.
Yeah, nice.
There's the planer. That's the electric planer, 13-inch small kind of planer. If you open this cap up, if you open this top up right here, what you will find is these parts.
Element.
See if we can flip the camera back around now. Without too much trouble. Things seem to be
I don't
working.
know if you could keep it face the other way. We don't. Well, never mind. There you are.
Oh, I feel you, brother. I feel you, man. Speak
hydration check, everyone. Element Rose, hydration check. Y'all drink your water. This is my water. It's just been strained through some beans.
Got that.
Here we go. Thanks for that, Element. Sometimes we got to do that.
So, when I ran the boards through the planer,
you need to get water. I know.
This little knot got loose in there.
That fell out of Gen's ear.
It broke all of this stuff. It's supposed to look like this all the way across, and it broke all of this stuff out. And then it went to the next part, which was this, and we froze, and it broke. You can see all the part that's white. It should be black. And I took some putty you can make in your hands into plastic and just made that to get by. But
yeah, no big deal. That's the kind of stuff Gen does.
Went through the electric planer. Oh, and it also broke this part too. See that chunk missing? Don't ask me how that happened. That's on the outside of it. But at any rate,
got to take a sandwich down there with you. You can't be doing that.
Took out 3 pieces, and it's all back together now. All the wood's playing down. But everything don't always go as planned, right? Sometimes you got to dial stuff in.
Usually doesn't.
Or some.
No biggie.
Yeah, right? And sometimes things break. So then the next step of that process, once we have the boards cut, is to run them through the table saw and cut them down to whatever width you want, which has been done with this one, right? So then the next obvious step is to cut them down to the size that you're going to be using for whatever you're making, which is little handkerchief joinery boxes here. Hey, Severard, if nobody has seen...
He called you McGinver. Yes, he is. He is McGinver. You guys have no clue.
Yeah, man. We always try to patch something together, man.
Man, you guys have no clue. This dude does some work that he hasn't showed on here that blows my mind. The problem is it's so complicated and so cool, we haven't figured out how to squeeze it into an episode. And I ain't even lying. I know I'm always full of all the time on here. I'm not this time. Again, go ahead and grin. I'm going to talk on you. This dude like builds some really, really crazy stuff that like, oh, this whole entire thing hinges on this one peg. And if you need to move it, you take this peg out and this giant awesome thing does this. And it's a transformer and it turns into a train and you can drive it across the... Anyway, you get what I'm saying. No. Dude is McGinver, no joke.
So some of the, what he's talking about is some of the tables that you see on my page at the very beginning that I first posted. There's a big oak trestle breadboard end table, and that was made for a couple that was, you know, my age and older, and they wanted to be able to take it apart. So it's actually
which is like
so
90.
You can take a little wooden dowel, yeah, and tap out the other dowels, and the trestles will come off, the top will come off, and then it'll come apart. That other desk, or it's being used as a desk, it's a walnut top with kind of a half a herringbone going down the middle of it. That one also has legs that are mortised into the bottom that are tight enough that you can just pop them out and the whole thing comes apart. You don't actually have to glue it together. So it isn't exactly trains and stuff, but a lot of the stuff that I've made was for special purposes. People came to me and had a special thing they needed to happen, and then I just kind of figured out how to do that.
Yes, Gin is brilliant. Sorry, Gin, you had to hear that, but
ooh, thanks, man.
He's a lot more. He's a lot smarter than he lets on here, guys. He's yes. Hey, Whitney, thank you for stopping in.
So we made it through the damaged planer, and we put all the parts back together after we got them ordered from the magical place that drops them off at your house. And
the magical wood place, of course.
The next step in that process is to get them cut down to size, which I went over and did on a chop saw, and you get cutting the board this way. You can do it a whole bunch of different ways. So that's what we did. And then I'm going to try to carry you over here again and show you what the next step of that process is. Since our camera's turning around, and we seem to be able to do that without everything.
Yes, Element, down. You're right. You're right, Element.
So then I built this little sled. And
hey, tap for the sled, guys. Tippity tap.
It's got a little gate on it. It's just a crosscut jig, actually. And I modified it to where it's got a little stop on it.
Y'all, he built
I have a dado blade, a little dado blade on this. And on this side, too, and it has an adjustment. So this end of the gate slides open so that you can make room to put however wide a blade you want on here. And this is just one way to do it. There's also a jig that I have that'll go on a router that could do the same thing. But anyway, so there is basically a crosscut sled, and I use it to be able to add my dado blade. And then what you do is you put your board in here. It sets up against that block, and then I run it through the dado blade, and it leaves that groove in it. And then, let me show you. I take, if I got one over here I can grab for you. Let's use this one. That's Henry. Everybody say hi to Henry. He's a good boy.
Oh, what's up, Henry?
Oh, and there's
there's
Shop
little dude.
He's crashed out. He caught his mouse. Caught his mouse.
No, Shop cat.
He's so uninterested. They're no help at all. I'm telling you, they're zero help. They're just encouragement, which is plenty. So as you can see, when you put it in there, you put it up against it, you make your first cut, and then you'll set it on there, then you make your next cut, then you put it over it again, and then you make your next cut. And that's how you keep them consistent using a table saw and a dado blade. And I just made a little
built yourself.
Just made a little cross-cut jig that'll open up so that the saw will allow for that to happen. I didn't invent that or anything. I just happened to build one.
But you built one. I'm going to share something about Gin right now that people don't know. I'm going to do it. Are you ready, Gin? Is that okay?
Hey, there's my experimental wood bending.
He changes the subject. He's like, anything in front of me, I'm going to talk about. And this is going to sound, he is very modest. This is going to sound like I'm making up a tall Chad Rev tale, and I'm not. Okay? So you guys ready for this? Okay. Gin has actually done this. Okay? He has planted a tree, grew the tree,
Maple tree,
cut the tree down, milled the tree, and then built things out of it that you guys have probably seen or at least heard out of. But he comes off here and he's like, hey, I'm going to carve this spoon. And your spoons are awesome, dude. I ain't dogging your spoons. Your spoons are great. He's a great spooner, y'all. But but the truth of the matter is he's out here talking about spoons and showing you guys the basics so that he can talk about things that actually affect everybody, because he's that kind of a dude. He is an amazing spooner. But he has literally planted, grown, milled his own trees, made things out of them. The dude does a lot of things that are crazy. However, he does things like spoons so that he can show you guys stuff, and he gets stuff out of it too. I won't go into that. It's a whole different show. But your boy here, your boy right here, he's yeah, he is a good dude in no element. Like, no joke. Changed my life altogether. Anyway, he talks a lot of smack about the simple things in life. But now I'm going to shut up and let him get back to it, because I caught that look, and I don't want to get lost.
No, man, I appreciate you. I'm trying to learn, man. I'm trying to learn. It's very kind of you to compliment me. I'm still trying to learn.
Well, it's just the truth, and it's things that you have to learn over time, because Gen's not going to tell you. Another thing Gen's not going to tell you.
For years, man.
You saw the look, SA. You saw it. You saw it. I'm going to push it. You know I do, SA. That's what I do.
This is
and
what
he also
it looks
won't
like.
Tell you this. Tap. He's going to tell. He's not going to tell you to tap, and he's not going to tell you that he has affordable things for sale right now that you could decorate your house or use in your kitchen, and they're very affordable. And all you have to do is message him, or you can even message me, because see, look, you see all those. I thought he was just turning the camera away from me. Hey guys, listen. Hey, wait a minute. Again, before you get back, I'm sorry. I know I've been interrupting your show all day. I'm in that mood. I'm sorry. Don't you wish I was sick again, dude?
No.
Nah,
I'm glad to have you, bro. I'm happy you're good, man.
How long we got until Nelly comes in? Hey, what's up, chocolate? How long we got?
Hey, also simply, good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you, chocolate.
How long we got before you bring in Nelly?
About 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
All right, guys.
And Element Rose is a friend of Nelly's.
Element Rose, that is awesome. He said you the marketing man. Oh, well, Element, we won't talk about none of that. I don't know nothing about no marketing. What are you talking about? I'm just some silly metalhead living in the woods making carvings.
Yeah,
anyway,
man.
So y'all got 20
minutes. No
minutes.
depth at all, man. Just all about the shredding.
Scoopy. Yeah, so here's the deal, guys. We're 8,000 likes. This is one of those things that he ain't going to talk about because he's too nice and too kind and all that. Yes, so silly, definitely. We try. We got 8,000 likes. If we hit 25, we're trending. And, you know, I don't know about y'all, but I love Nelly. And I think if y'all don't love Nelly, it's because you don't know Nelly. So I'd really, really like to see this thing hit 25 before Nelly comes in to do her interview. So let's do her the justice, grace, and honor of tippity-tapping until we get to 25K before she gets here. So, in advance,
Nelly's
before
dope
she
people,
gets
man.
here, let's start showing love right now for Nelly, because I want us to be trending by the time she even hits in here, guys. She's special. She does a lot of awesome things, or Gen wouldn't have her on here. Gen, I've been interrupting you all day. I'm just, look here.
You're good, buddy. Hey, if you want to talk about Nelly, I'll shut up and put you in the big box because she is amazing. I'm a fan. I'm excited that she's gonna be on the show. I'm honored that she would come on here and talk to us because she actually has some stuff to say. So I dig it. Hey Lars, good to see you, buddy. So we planed down the wood, we tore up the planer, and then we built the sled to actually do the job that we wanted to do. And now I'm just going to show you a couple little tricks should you ever decide you wanted to do this. Now, you can also do the exact same thing, which I have done, with hand saws. Now it helps if you have one like this, which is a rip saw, which is for cutting down the grain, and one like this, which is a crosscut saw. So it can be done with a saw and a chisel, which Chad actually watched me do on these the other day, just trying to work out how big I wanted them. So I used a saw and a chisel and a file and smoothed them down, and that takes a while. This process takes a lot shorter time, but it has its shortcomings as well. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you notice on this side, it's very clean. The cut lines are very clean. If you flip it over, I don't know if you can see. Can you see where it's blown out there? Like right
it's starting
there,
to try to
there's
focus.
a chunk
There
of
you
wood
go.
missing. See where there's a chunk of wood missing on this one and on that one?
Little
Now,
rough
that's not a
edges
big
right next
deal.
to the cut.
Right. That's not a big deal right now because I can run this one through the planer far enough to thin it down, and those will be gone. But to use it as an example, that happens as the saw blade is cutting through it. It blows out the back. So one way to prevent that from happening, or at least to reduce the amount that it happens, is to simply take a piece of masking tape, and I'll do it to one that I'm going to use. Just take a piece of masking tape and put it over the side that's going to be exiting the saw. And stick it on there, kind of rub it down, make sure it's stuck on there good. That's it. That's the whole trick. And then when you run it through the saw, instead of having something that's really terribly blown out, you're going to have a piece that looks a lot more like, where's that? A lot more like that. Where you don't have that.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty, eh?
You still may end up having some of that happen, and if you're not a perfectionist and you're not going to stress out over it and you're just trying to make a container, then you put it on the inside.
Yeah.
And the outside looks really good.
That's right.
You just leave the damage on the inside where it's hidden, and then you could put a little strip down the corner, and each corner as a dressing, and you would never see it. So there's lots of ways to deal with that. I'm kind of a simpleton, and I kind of like clean lines and that kind of thing. So I try to the best of my ability have both sides look as clean as if they were the outside. And one of the ways that I'm able to do that is this. Another way that I'm able to do that is to realize that it happens, understand which type of wood that I'm using and how dry it is, and run a few test pieces through, which is what these kind of things were. The very first ones that I did some by hand and ran some through the machine to get a feel for how chippy this particular wood was going to be before I started actually making my stuff. So be willing, if you're able to, and it doesn't even have to be the same type of wood, but it's helpful. Be willing to practice a little bit before you actually are trying to do the ones that you intend to sell or whatever. Because this one that I'm doing isn't up to the specs that I would like. So I was able to make some adjustments on the sled, and I was able to move a little here or there, whatever, and get them to fit exactly how I wanted them to fit. So the next run that I do, I'm pretty confident are going to come out even better than this run. And I can take this run and put them through the planer and get rid of that chippiness, and these will be cool as well. So it doesn't hurt to have a backup plan, and it doesn't. In fact, it's almost, if you really want to be good at what you do, you're going to need to practice. You're going to need to put some effort into some of the things that you build aren't actually going to turn out the way you hope. You got to build those skills. You got to figure it out. And that is, as always, we're jumping off into metaphors in life. And if that isn't a metaphor for life, then I really don't know what is. Because each day we're kind of dealt whatever curveballs or whatever things we're dealt to deal with, and how we deal with them kind of defines us.
Yeah. Hey,
what I do, the way I approach that problem is I try to make sure each step in the process of whatever I'm working on, I am able to improve enough that each step that I do, I can see where the problems are, where we may need to make adjustments, where we may need to do whatever, so that the final product is what we're looking for. But just keep in mind, the very first time you go through it, the final product might not be exactly what you wanted. And Chad, maybe you could tell us a little bit about that. I'm going to bring you up, and I'm going to set you up here for just a second, if I can. Is it going to let me? I'm going to expand you. And you have some pieces of wood there, and you have a piece of bone there if you're where I think you are. And if you're not, it's okay. You can just talk about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I'm in the
truth of the matter is that you often allow the piece to inform what you're going to make. It's almost backwards. It's almost like a lot of people would look at a piece and think of something and then build that. Your process is a little different. Your process like I was talking about working on this and having an idea with different tools to have an idea of how it responded, right? And I think that what you do in your carving is a very similar intuitive kind of thing, even more so because you even allow like the lips of the woman are informed by a little flaw that was in the wood, what would be considered a flaw, or the fact that you have a burl or a bone or a whatever you're about to show us, it isn't what you started out for it to be.
No, not at all. I do that with paintings as well. A lot of times I will have an idea or a, I don't know, like a vibe in my head, something, a deep thought or something, I won't get like, oh, this is the exact image of what I want. No, Melissa, I haven't finished it yet. I'm still working on it. She's back here. I've got a couple other pieces cooking. So yeah, and I try to let, and I know this sounds crazy, but like, you always hear about the happy little mistakes. And I've even seen some of the folks here in the chat talk about, allowing a mistake to do something further in your process. And I do that with paintings and carvings. I set out with a basic idea of what I want to do. Hey, welcome in, Marcio Brim. Thank you for coming in here. We appreciate you. And I allow that kind of process to continue. So, and at some point, it will start to, narrow the options of what it's going to be at the end as it goes. Because, you paint yourself into a corner, I guess you could say, in a manner of speaking. But, eventually you're adding detail to a painting that's almost finished. So obviously at that point, that's done. But even with like the carvings, there'll be some times that my tool will start to go a different direction. I'll let it. With the grain that you were talking about on my lady's face back here, I don't know if you can actually see, but she's got a lot of grain work in her face. And that's because when I started working on her, I started seeing that grain come through. So I literally changed the elevation of where I was carving deeper. And I did the mouth first because that's where I noticed it. And I kept taking the mouth down and reshaping it until it worked with what I was doing. And then I would kind of like bring everything around it until eventually I changed the entire elevation to go with that. So yes, most definitely let those pieces speak. Let, as we always say, let nature take its course. I don't know about today or not, but I have, if you want me to show the weird knot that I'm getting ready to work on real quick.
Sure, man. Whatever you're willing to.
This was a piece of firewood that I was about to throw in my fire, and I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, no, that's going to be something really cool. This is something that a lot of woodworkers would just straight up avoid. They would be like, that is most definitely firewood. But instead, I saw how it would put cool patterns. It would do cool things. Now, I had one idea before I cleaned it. And then once all this stuff, this was actually like flat until I started cleaning all the sediment and stuff that was behind that branch. Here pretty soon on one of the very next episodes that I'm doing, I'm going to bring another piece of wood that has a knot that's bigger than this. And the wood naturally just split. So you get to see what the grain looks like on the inside of, abnormalities like this. which are just the tree fixing itself.
Right on.
So yeah, I'll be bringing that out soon.
Man, I love it, man, and that's one of the things I love about your art. And your paintings are very similar. Your paintings are a similar process mentally. I know you well enough to know that you know, and that's what makes it a little bit different, man. Is using the odd pieces and the things that people would not normally. And that's a lot of what I do. A lot of the pieces that I have are from down trees or stuff that it wasn't a perfect situation.
Sure. And that's where all my stuff comes from. I mean, the lady behind me, she was a tree that was dying and had to come down or it was going to fall through this building. I mean, people who've been watching me for a while know that, but that tree trunk was literally like 15 feet from where it is right now. So, yeah.
Thank you, man.
Then we got a house full in here again.
Amazing people. I'm seeing the names, man. Yes. I didn't want to interrupt you though. But,
yeah, no, yes, please do. I was noticing. Please, man, we got some wonderful Marcio Brims in here. I saw that, man. Marcio, dude, thanks. Yeah.
Melissa Ann,
I love his work, man.
Esme's in here painting. There's I can't name them all. There's in here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're gonna have Nelly Artistic Energy on, and I saw her in the feed there too in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this one, man. Nelly is just a dope person. I'm really stoked. She, I'll give you a little bit of her story. Her, she grew up as an artist. As a kid, she was an artist, and she liked to draw and she liked to do portraits. And in her family, that was not an uncommon thing. Everybody in her family can draw, so it was kind of like no big deal. Then at the age of 19, she had a child, her first child, and got married, and life changed, and she wasn't able to pursue art. She pursued other things. She went on to become a nurse, and she went on to become a
real heroes right there.
A mother of 5 and a wife, and she was gone for 17 years from the art world. The one time that she was pursuing art, while she was nursing, she missed art, right? And she wasn't able to do her art. So she would doodle on her notes that she was making for her patients. And the doctors and the other nurses and stuff would be like, wait, you're drawing on official documents. I don't know. Yes. I'd have been excited to get those documents because those have been a little cooler. You know what I mean? Those have been the ones you want to get your hands on.
Yeah.
So
got to be a rebel.
So she's always a person that's able to find light in the darkness, right? She's one of those type people.
Yes.
She's just
Amy Lee, thank you very much.
Hi, Amy Lee. It's talking about amazing people who are light in the darkness.
Please tap. We're so close to trending. Guys, give Nelly the intro she needs. Let's get us trending before she gets in. We're getting there. Come on. Sorry.
So she put life on the back burner like many people do to build a family, and unlike many people, she did a great job at that. And then now she's back in the art world, and she is a force to be reckoned with. I'm telling you. She has an art show on Thursday nights. You'll be able to catch her after the Chad Rev art show, and she does these art wars. And SA Artistries has participated in them, and I see some other artists in the feed here that have participated in them.
Man, Nelly's getting so much love here in this chat, y'all. She is so loved by so many people and so many talented people.
We're gonna keep talking about it for a minute because this is her. This is her time. In fact, the show is now about Nelly, right? We were gonna talk about some other stuff.
Full on.
We don't care about this shit. Whatever. We're gonna talk about Nelly now.
Toss it.
All right.
I ain't tossing my sculpture, guy. I'm sorry. I love Nelly, but I ain't tossing a sculpture. Yeah, this is her day. That's right.
This is
your day here. So, man, tap, guys. We're almost there.
So she does this show on Thursday nights, and it's an art war, but it's not a war in the way that you think. In fact, if you come in there talking smack, or you come in there saying something negative about her artist, she will boot your ass out for sure, no doubt.
Yeah,
right. So she is also one of those people out there creating a space for artists to come do their thing, and a platform for artists to be seen and to be able to network and I really appreciate her for it, and I dig the way she gets down. I like the way that she approaches what she's doing. She's positive. She's like, in a lot of ways, she reminds me of some people I know, Chad, because she'll be nice to you until she cuts you.
Until she's
right?
done. Right.
Until she's
right.
not.
Well, you know, I believe there's a saying in Nelly's circle of friends, and it's Nelly don't play. Nelly don't play.
Nelly don't play.
And that means when she's picking up a paintbrush or a broomstick, chancla, you know, whatever.
Nelly don't play, but look out.
Look out.
But it's a great vibe, man. It's a great vibe. A lot of times she has music playing. It goes an hour that the artists are painting. They literally have 1 hour to paint whatever they're painting. And I'm telling you, dude, it blows my mind every time. It is. You've been there, you know. It is absolutely unbelievable. Some of the artists that are on there, what they can do in an hour, man.
I couldn't do it. Yeah, I said chancla. Get out of here, y'all. Come on.
Tinder.
They're like, chancla. Did he say chancla? Yes. Yes, I did.
So here's the other thing I'm going to tell you about Nelly. So I was telling you she had a family. She got 5 children. She's happily married. So she's also an anime baddie. She has also been immortalized, much like I have. Much like I have in this picture right here, where I am in this picture. And my buddy Chad's in here too. He was also
get out of here with that. A little bit. S.A., what have you created a monster.
But S.A. Artistries has painted in her latest masterpiece, Nelly Artistic Energy, strolling across the street in Chicago in her black dress and red high heels on. And I believe Spider-Man's in there and some they're not important. Nelly's the important person in that
Nelly's
painting.
in it.
So
Nelly's in the painting.
She's all over the place though, man. She's in paintings. Oh, by the way.
And Goku.
I was pushing back a little bit. I was trying to find out about who this Nelly person was, right? And this quote kind of sums it up.
Oh no.
She has this.
He's quoting you, Nelly.
One of her goals, one of her passions, is to give as much information as possible to younger generations, right? So she does that in her show. She also does that out in the public at a school, and she also has some other things that she does along that lines. But when I asked her why she was doing all of that stuff, she said so that they don't have to skip 17 years like I did.
Man, that's what's up.
Now, this is a woman who raised 5 children, worked as a nurse, still works as a nurse, but she's trying to find a way to make it easier for young artists to come to artistry without having to, skip all those years.
These are the people that you seek out.
So if we can we please get Nelly a box here? We're not gonna let her say anything just yet.
We ain't gonna let her say anything yet. But you want to get her? You just want to get her up there and ready.
We want to get her up here because I got some other things I want to say about Nelly before we bring her up here. Think about it in
Nelly
these
is
terms,
a light,
right?
and whoa, hold up. Nelly is a light in our community.
Absolutely.
I just had to stop you and read that.
Mine too.
Oh, Nelly can't hear anything.
Nelly can't hear anything. Uh-oh. That's not good.
You need to leave and come back. You got yourself, you're on mute, but I can't imagine that would mute you and everything else. There she went. We'll bring her back in when she's back.
However long it takes, we'll take our time. Get Nelly back in here. She might have just had. It was acting weird for me too, man. It was. I started my live 3 times before it actually fired up.
Oh, Kat, that's what we do here.
Oh yeah, Kat, absolutely. Hey, no kidding. We love Nelly. Nelly is good people. That's why she's here.
Yes,
for sure.
Oh, there she comes.
And speaking of Nelly.
Okay, does it work? Yeah, it worked. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So here's another little secret about Nelly. Nelly lives right down the street from one of my closest friends for a few decades. In fact, Nelly lives really close to where I went to college. So and by the way, y'all, today Nelly's show's theme is Mardi Gras. So when you tune in this evening to watch the paintings, they're going to be Mardi Gras themed. And I'm missing some Mardi Gras. I hadn't been in a lot
I
of
threw
years
up there
since
a
I lived
couple of
up here in
times.
the mountains. So Nelly, I hope you were able to hear some of what we had to say. I think we got all the stuff worked out for you here. I'm going to bring you into the big box if you're comfortable and if you're ready. And I'm going to say a few more words, and then we're going to have a conversation if that's cool.
Okay, we can see if I'm ready.
We can see if you're ready. All right.
I'm on mute.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Y'all better hold on to your seats.
Gentlemen,
There she is.
energy.
Nelly. Hey, y'all, please give me some claps in the comments.
Yeah,
for my
let's
dear
get the
friend
claps in the
Nelly.
hearts. Come
Please
on,
give me some
y'all.
claps down in the comments. Please, please. Nelly,
Lovely.
I just got to tell you, I'm so thankful to you for being here. You're an amazing woman. The conversations that I've got to have with you made me a better person. I really appreciate it. You're
Oh,
amazing.
look at my sisters, my besties. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm so honored that you would be here and talk to us for a few minutes and show us your art and share with us that wonderful brain that you have. And I know everywhere you go, you look good. You told me. You said so. You said so.
I thought that was something cute.
Hey, come on. You definitely cute. All right. so look, I said a lot about you. Was there anything that I said that you feel like wasn't accurate, or did I miss some things that you feel like are important that you'd like to add?
I mean, I don't get people with brooms and slippers and what you call it. I'm being
Well,
no,
we might
no.
have.
But I know y'all was joking. I know it was all fun. But yeah, I appreciate y'all having me on here. I love the platform that y'all have going on. I was very when you came onto the art war and you was asking, and I was like, oh yeah. I didn't realize you was asking me. So so Pace was like, I'm her attorney. Yes, she's doing it, and I was like, okay. You said I'm doing it.
Well,
So yeah.
hey, that show is an amazing show, and we're gonna talk some about that. But I'd like to talk about you first, the
Okay.
person that is Nelly. So you start out, you're an artist, you like drawing, you like painting, then you begin to have children, you have a
So
family.
I'm more of a sketch artist. So
Okay.
this has been only a year painting. I only been painting for 1 year. So originally, I just would do like whatever I can find, a pencil, printer paper. My mom will buy me some sketchbooks every now and then, but she didn't realize I was drawing that much or that fast. I would draw on my test papers. I mean, a lot of y'all would do that too. You were drawing your test papers. That's a F.
Right.
I wasn't supposed to be drawing on my test papers. Things like that. But I took a seat back, once she don't want to pop in. Once my love of my life came in my life, I just put everything to the side. I was like, okay, I need to take life more serious. I have somebody to worry about, and it made me less. She made me less selfish, if that makes sense, because I had somebody to think about.
Okay.
So yeah, I was like, I need to go to school. So I went to nursing school. I became an LPN, a licensed practical nurse. I did that in 2010. So I finished at the age of 23. And literally, as soon as I finished, I went to work. And some of my friends are in here. I actually met them doing work. My friend Tyra and Maria. I met Tyra through Maria, and we all are medical professionals. She's a nurse practitioner, and Maria's a nurse as well. So we all have this tight friendship. So whenever I started my journey back, my friends were like the biggest supporters. My girlfriends. Oh, look, Jaleesa just came in. Jaleesa's another one. We used to work together.
Nice.
So all my friends were like the biggest supporters. When I started telling my parents about it, my mom, she wanted the first painting. I said, I'll give you the second one. So of course, because y'all keep me going. So I originally started on TikTok to be nosy because I saw it on Facebook and I'm like, why does it keep popping up on my Facebook? So I was like, all I see is kids dancing like little penguins, shaking their hips. So I didn't understand the whole thing, but I went and go
Me
check it
too.
out. And yeah, so then I ran across a group of artists. I ran across somebody's page and then I was like, oh, look at their artists. So I originally was trying to get my daughter to be like, come on, learn what they're, but she's already like amazing in herself. So stuff I'd be like, guess what I learned? And she's like, I already know that. She's pretty. She's 1,000 times better than me. If you could imagine somebody who's, because I don't want her to miss out on 17 years. So whenever she wants something or she needs something, and she say, hey, I want to learn how to do this. I'm just at the store doing this at Michael's and Hobby Lobby. So for those of y'all, yeah,
Can I pause you for just? Can I pause you for just a second because I want to highlight this? It's important. I think it's important. You put your daughter first and your family first. You put your art career on the side, and later down the road, the very person that you're talking about right now grew up. Well, we say grew up, but grew up to where she's at to become your inspiration for re-entering the art world and driving you to try to be a better artist. Is that accurate? That's beautiful to me. Now, that is beautiful to me, right?
Yes.
You stepped aside to make room for your daughter, and as it turns out, she's so talented and driven that now she pushes you not only to be better at your art, but she pushes you. What you told me was it makes you a better person.
She does.
I
don't think she realized that. She's like,
come on. Come on. Now that
she will later. She will later. Give her time.
Yeah, look at my sister. She's telling y'all like she's amazing. Like, and my sister B Michelle. So her daughter, she got a twin, just as amazing. I don't know if y'all saw my post where I tagged my daughter and my niece. Like, this is nothing new. This is what we do.
This is what we do.
Man, while he has you paused, I just got to say thank you because if it wasn't for a gang of nurses, I wouldn't be alive. So thank you for being a nurse. Thank you to all your nurse friends. Y'all don't get enough credit nor love. So I'm going to give you a little bit right now. Thank you. Much love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And here's the thing I know about nursing. I've spent enough time in and out of hospitals breaking things that I know for a fact it is a stressful job.
It is really stressful.
And the grace that you handle yourself with, and the kindness that you move with, the compassion that you show towards other people is reflected, I believe, in your art. It even comes out in your art, which may be one of the reasons that it is so damn compelling, why it is so good, because it comes from this place that I would consider of purity, this mother's love for her child that grew into a child's love for her mother, who now pushes her mother to be a better artist. Hey, look, that's cool right there. So I'm sorry that I interrupted where you were at.
No, you're good because I
really wanted to.
I go.
So the other thing that I'm going to switch up on you a little bit. The other thing that is important to you that came across in my notes and in our conversations is this quest and this support of Black excellence.
Right.
And we have Black History Month coming up. And you and I have had conversations about our personal experiences on some levels, just kind of getting to know each other a little bit. And would you mind to speak on that just a little bit, because it also is reflected in your art, which we're going to show later. So
so a lot of my artwork is kind of how I see myself or how I saw myself, how would I would have want to present myself. So I'm a proud Black woman, so a lot of my work is about Black women, but I do dabble on the side with anime. I am an anime geek, so I do. You're
an anime baddie now.
Huh?
You're an anime baddie now.
Well, I can add that to the list. And I liked, and at one point, you can ask my mom's in here. I was a gamer. She used to buy me a 64, a PlayStation. I would be in the house playing with the boys all day until puberty hit. Apparently, that was a life-changing thing. You can't hang with the boys no more. So, I'm kind of like, I feel like I have like a tomboy style, a girly style, a very strong, soft style, blunt. So I feel like that's all reflective in all of my artwork. Yeah, 007 Golden Gun. Um, so that I feel like all of that is reflective in my style and how I like to represent Black women in a positive aspect. Because I feel like sometimes they're not reflected on TV that well. So I do like to represent that in my artwork.
Tell me this, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I would never want to do that. It just occurs to me. So if this isn't a question that you could answer, don't. But how could someone like myself do a better job of helping Black women be better represented and be appreciated?
I don't know.
All right. I mean, it's a complicated question, right? There's a lot of there's a lot to that.
Some of the ladies that can probably answer that in the comments or think about it. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So, hey, that can be an ongoing conversation. So the reason I wanted you to the reason I wanted to ask you that kind of question is to an extent, people like SA and people like you help me navigate, for example, help me understand this platform and maybe some of the etiquette and some of the ways to reach out, because it's a little different than how we move in. When I did social work, for example, and I had to go in the neighborhoods, you had to deal with people face to face, and you had to represent, or in my case, I had to represent my client and their needs to the extent possible, which meant I tried to talk to everyone in the neighborhood that would talk to me. And there's some neighborhoods they don't really want to talk to folks. So
right.
There's some of that happens on this platform, and you're a community leader. I mean, that's the bottom line. That's what it is. That's your role in your community. There are people that follow you. That's what leadership is, right? So maybe people like you and me communicating and being friends and working together on stuff and collaborating help set an example of how some of that stuff is done, right? How some of these things we've been taught, we can look at a different way. We can make our own rules, and I see you very much as one of those people, as someone who has had the courage to step forward on a platform that we were all skeptical about. And now on this platform, you're a queen. I mean, you're a shot caller. You're one of the people that folks come to for advice. Is that accurate?
Yes. And I'm like,
so look, so this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, how art has a direct relationship to the communities that we live in. You are a walking, talking example of how art can make us better people and make the world we live in a better place.
Right.
And hopefully you'll continue that conversation with me. You and I will be able, over time, you'll be able to tell me, you know what, Dion, you were dumb right here. Here's what you should have said or done. Right on.
Or move DJ somewhere else.
So you feel better on the bus? Good.
No worries, Mom.
We don't do the B word bus.
I saw that look, Mama. It's okay. Oh, I'm not in trouble, am I?
Oh no, I was listening to what she was saying.
No, I'm teasing. I'm just teasing. Mm-hmm. So the other thing that we talked about is this thing about children and this passion that you have for passing on information. And another component of that was you were talking about there were some social media apps and things like that you were able to teach kids about, where they're able to start doing some of the things on a computer that might lead to a future for them.
Well, it's more likely I learned from my daughter about these apps. She used to, they hit a certain age, they want a cell phone. So she got her cell phone and she started learning how to use free apps digitally, and I wasn't aware of. And so she will show me these arts that she would create on her phone using this free digital app. So she asked me to upgrade to Procreate. So we got her iPad because we saw she was passionate about it. We spent the money. We got the iPad. We brought the pen. Whatever she needed to get where she needs to get. I'm gonna do it. I know I'll be saying I'm not doing it, but I end up doing it anyway because I want them to have the best or whatever to get them where they need to go. So she teaches me a lot of these things about. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had that. That's good to know. You got something done for free. And also something else is like I learned, and if y'all have kids, just check in your state to see if they have talented and gifted arts. That is covered by the state. The state pays for that. That is free. So they don't test them on the skill of drawing or painting or anything to that nature. I think she said there's asking questions like primary colors, secondary colors, what are lines, circles, gradient. Those are the things that they're testing on. So what they do is they pull them out once a week, and instead of doing like PE, they'll do that, and they'll get free. It's private lessons that's paid through the state. So from that part, the instructors would give goals. So I do pass that along. So I had a paint party for one of my daughters here, and one of the neighbors showed me her daughter's artwork. I'm like, oh gosh, she's pretty good. And I said, hey, she's in tag, and she's like, what is that? I thought everybody would know about it. Sometimes that's like a kept secret that they don't pass along to all the students. So I gave her the information. I told her to hit the teacher up, and she's gonna try to get her daughter tested for talented and gifted.
Right on.
And that's called Talented and Gifted is what that program is.
Yeah, so they have talented and gifted academics, and they have talented and gifted arts. So you can get tested for academics, and you can get tested, and that also comes along with a scholarship.
Nice.
Thank you. Nice. I'll be checking that out because my daughter is 7.5, and her art teacher doesn't know what to do with her, and half her teachers don't know what to do with her at this point because she's just like, she reads at like a 5th grade level, and she paints and stuff like that too. So I'm definitely going to check that out.
So yeah, so definitely when it comes to stuff like that, I know I'm going off the subject because my daughter's very much like that. Whenever they are a lot more, I don't want to say intelligent. I want to say the wrong word.
Sure.
They're not focused. Their mind is off. They're not listening. They're not paying attention. I feel like I already know this. There's nothing you could teach me. Things to that nature. So we have a lot of issues with paying attention. So talk to the teachers, and we'll do like pencil colors to even take a test, things to that nature, because it wasn't too much of her not knowing, it was her knowing too much. So those talented and gifted art classes kind of take them to where they, this is their thing. PE is more for kids who love sports, right? I want to run.
Right.
She'll tell you right now, I don't want to sweat, so she don't sweat.
Yep.
So she likes to draw, and she likes to do art.
Yeah, that's my daughter. Straight up, she's the same way. She's like, PE, I gotta run, and I'm like, man, if they, she loves science and math and art. And I was like, put those things in front of her, like,
I wouldn't call it dyslexia.
Yeah,
sometimes I call it a superpower that people don't understand, so they just put a name to it. If that makes sense.
Right on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely makes sense.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So I
agree.
I don't think it's dyslexia because the rest of the world can't catch up.
So
right.
Right on.
Yes.
Nelly. There's Nelly. Nelly. A Nellyism. I love it.
She's just like,
I love it.
And then whack.
That's how it is. So, there's this experience that you had, Nelly, that you were telling me about that kind of goes along with that. I don't know that much about anime, but I do know that you're now an anime baddie. And you were telling me this thing that struck me as you absolutely are officially that. That one year for Halloween, you dressed as Naruto? How do I say that? Naruto. And can you just briefly do you mind sharing that story? I just think it's a great story.
Oh, you talking
with the little girl that...
Yeah. So, some of y'all who are not into anime, and Naruto is a TV series show, have a lot of chapters, a lot of episodes. So, a lot of y'all might know they're Dragon Ball Z, so you might want to correlate those two kind of being similar, but not. Yeah, so you don't even know Goku.
I do now. You taught me.
Oh Lord! But anyway, so for Halloween, I like to dress up like anime characters. So I dressed up as Naruto for Halloween, and it was funny because there was a little girl. She dressed up as Toga. Y'all know who Toga is. So and she was so excited to see me dressed up as Naruto, and she started freaking out when I was giving out the candy. She was like, "Oh my God, are you Naruto? And you're cultured?" And I was like, "What does that even mean?" So I asked my kids. They were like, "You played the part, but you didn't change your ethnicity to fit the character. You just became yourself." So I tell my kids all the time, we paved the way for y'all to be weird. Like, it wasn't okay back then for us at y'all age to walk around running. Y'all who do anime know, to run around doing a ninja run or looking like, y'all know they looked at us weird. So this generation of kids are just like, embrace it, and the parents are just
that is funny.
They just embrace it, and they don't look at each other side eye when somebody's walking out with blue contacts and a blonde wig and some hidden.
And that was a hard fight. That was a hard fight too.
Oh yeah.
To get people to be okay with that.
Whenever people would tell me, "Oh, you kind of weird," I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Great.
I love that quote, Nelly. I wrote on the very top of my notepad here, on the very top, it says, "From Nelly, pave the way for her kids to be weird," in quotes, which that's perfect. I also have another thing that's got an asterisk beside it I want to make sure you hit on. Making sure that we talk about how supportive your husband is.
Yes.
I just wanted to. You told me to make sure to mention that. So
yes, my husband has been very supportive. Um, Whenever I met him, I think he thought I was one way, but then he realized you kind of like a box of weird.
a box of weird.
Because I told him I like anime. He was like, "You don't listen to that yelling," and I said some of them it's called powering up. Hey, I'm on live. It's called powering up, and I said they're not yelling all the time. They're just getting ready for an intense battle. So he started actually watching it with me, and so whenever I started drawing and I started painting, and he was like, "Ooh, this keeps you quiet. Let me get some more of this stuff." So but he supports me because he sees the passion in it and he loves it. Even if I feel down, he'll be like, let's go to Michael's. I'm like, "Oh, I can get some golden painted,"
You got one there. You got one there. You down? Let's go to Michael's.
Let's go.
So the support.
Yes, my husband is very supportive, and he actually, I don't know if y'all remember this sign on TikTok when they was promoting it, and it was big. He thought it was bigger, so he tried to surprise me with that to put in my art area. So it's my little LED light with my name. It says Nelly Art Realm in it because I call it my art realm. So
it is that.
Things like that matters that he does that makes me feel comfortable and at ease because this is my second marriage, but my first marriage it wasn't too supported, so it feels good to have somebody to be like, "Hey, I know you like this," and so I have this art event coming up, my first vendor event, February 2nd at Nicholls State University. And it's weird how I became a part of that. My childhood friend actually saw my live on TikTok and was like, "I need this at the event," and I was like, "How you got here?" Because y'all supposed to stay on Facebook, but she ended up seeing it.
Right.
Yeah, I want them to stay over there, but but she said she wanted me to paint live and be able to sell my artwork, and I was like, "Well, I received this blessing, and that's how we're gonna roll." So
amazing. What time are you going to be on? What time? Do you know yet?
Yeah.
it starts from 11:30 a.m. to like 6 p.m. So it's me and a couple of other artists on TikTok. One of my friends, the artist Black Boy, he's coming all the way from Miami to come to support. So I appreciate my art family that I have here, and that's been supportive. That's been teaching me some techniques because again, I just learned how to start painting in 1 year. And I feel like a lot of my growth is from my art friends here. Like, try this, try that. And I'm like, I try it, don't work, don't work, do this. Okay, let me YouTube. Okay, I like this a little better. So then I'm finding my own little rhythm.
Well, let's talk about that, Nelly, because look, I've talked about a lot of things that are impressive
Butt in
about
for one
you, and we
second
haven't
before
even
you
got to
start.
the art yet. I mean, you're just that impressive. I mean,
Uh-huh.
we had to get through this some stuff about Nelly before we could get to the art, so people
Uh-huh.
understand what's actually going on here. I
It's
do want to say this. Nelly is very emotional about the way she describes to me is that she's very emotional about her art, and she needs to be connected to it to do it. And I think that that comes across. I think, like I was saying earlier, the light that she is, the mother that she is, the wife that she is, the friend, the community leader that she is, comes across in her art. It really does. So I'm going to thank you again, Nelly. I'm going to start over and thank you again because now we've learned about
Thank
Nelly the
you.
person, right? We've learned about Nelly the mom, the wife, the community organizer, the person who gives out art supplies, the person who shows up to help folks out. Now we're going to talk about Nelly, the professional artist. And the
Can we?
fact that Nelly is a badass artist.
Yeah, she is
And
badass. Listen, somebody put the info to her event in the chat if you can, including time, address, anybody who might have that, so everybody can screen cap it. So if they want to show
yeah,
up, they can come and check her out. Didn't want to
please
interrupt.
get
I just didn't want to get too far away from that event. So if anybody can put any info so people can screen cap it, greatly appreciated.
I appreciate that.
February
Thank you,
2nd,
Michelle. B. Michelle.
Nickel
B.
State,
Michelle says
right?
she gonna put it.
Nickel State University, and I'll be live there. I'll have one of my friends, Paige. She'll be one of the artists that'll be live painting from home. Because they're gonna have students from the high school, well, the middle schools and the high schools may come, but it's on a Friday, and so some of the middle school students will be able to come and talk to the artists, talk to us. So we get told, I love you, mommy, but I want it to be, more on the art side of my career. So, but I did what she's supposed to. I told her what she told me to do. I wouldn't be a nurse, but there's other things she can do. That you can speak to other artists, the type of art, the digital programs, the painting, the other forms of art that I'm not aware of or show off. There's a guy who's going to be airbrushing. So they get to see all that. I don't think, if we could have saw that, I think we would have been like, I'm doing that now. So kind of move them along because you don't know who's going to be the next person working for Disney, Pixar,
Heard that?
sci-fi. I would love to see somebody work for sci-fi, but or do face off, stuff like that. So try to encourage them to see what else they got. And again, it's back in my hometown. So the people that I'm talking to, we all excited about it because we got to make this work for the kids. We got to make this work so they can see what the artists have.
Absolutely. Well, Chad and I'm going to speak for Chad right now because he don't have a choice because I'll mute his ass if he don't like it. Chad and I will be pushing this. Please put that information in the chat and make sure we get a screenshot of it, somebody on our team, because we will push it on this show and on Chad's show until that happens, until that
Thank
event.
you.
And then maybe we can get you to pass back through and do a quick thing at the beginning of one of our shows about how it went and when the next one's going to be. Because that's what's going to happen, right?
Right.
All right. Okay.
Right.
So Nelly, I know that you're really emotional and passionate or emotional about your work. You need to feel this connection to your work. So if you don't mind, would you show us some of your work and kind of describe it however you would like to us?
Right behind me, this is one of my favorites. Y'all, they're not self-portraits. They just so happen to look like me. I don't know why they look like me, but I don't know. But so this is one of my favorites. I found an image off of Pinterest of this artist, and it's titled, my mother named this, it's called Beautifully Strong. Because you can see the fierceness in her eyes. She may be going through a lot of things, but she just, when you're in public eye, you just gather yourself and just go. There's no time, I'm not gonna say it's no time to cry, but you just, that's how I see myself as a black mother, a black wife. You just carry yourself in, probably cry behind closed door, but when you're in the public eye, you gotta look like a warrior. You just gotta be ready to go. So that's why I like it. Yeah.
It's so
So
beautiful, Nelly.
so this one here, she kind of gave me like a fly
Is
girl
it
feel.
what kind of medium did you use there, Nelly, on the last
Everything's
one?
acrylic.
Everything y'all is acrylic. She works in acrylic.
Yeah. So I work with acrylic. I mean, I try to do mixed media stuff. And so I want to get into oil, so I'm supposed to be learning that soon. Um,
You
so this one here, I don't know what I'm gonna name this. I don't know.
wow.
I gotta pick a
I
name.
haven't seen that. That's
This one
beautiful.
here, she just looked like a young, cool chick just going to live her best life. Like, I saw her and I just thought she was fly. So I just did her. Over here, let me show y'all over
Hey
here.
Nelly, are any of these for sale?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if people wanted to contact you, they wanted to, if someone wanted to contact you and was interested in your art pieces, what's the best way to do that?
Okay, so I'm just now building everything. You probably can like message me, or better yet, you can email me at nelly.artistic.energy@gmail.com. And so I
Say
get a
that
website.
again. Say
Oh,
that again, please.
nelly.artistic.energy@gmail.com. Now the pieces that I do I produce. I don't really do customs. No offense, I don't want to paint nobody grandma, but I'm more
Oh, come on.
Right?
My grandmama needs
Well,
painted.
you explain that though. You explain that
right
because you need to feel
right now
connected to it.
because I need to feel connected to it, and I would hate to start doing stuff that, and I'm like, I don't want to, you know
Right?
what
I
I mean. I
Yep.
mean,
understand.
at one
I
point,
do. I absolutely do.
I
Yes.
was doing tumblers, and did it because I mean, I get when I see something I want to do, I get obsessed with it. So I started buying all these glitters and all this resin. I got so tired of doing cowboy cups. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. If that makes
Right.
sense. So
Right.
I had
Yep.
lost the passion for that. So I was like, let me just put my glitter in the corner. Same stuff, and it was like cowboy stuff, and it was like San Francisco 49ers. I'm like, don't nobody want a beehive cup? Nobody wants
Right.
anything artsy or
Yeah,
abstract looking. So I was like,
I get it.
that's
I rarely take commissions, and when somebody asks me, "Do you do commissions?" I'll be like, "I'm gonna just be honest with you. Rarely, because I like to
right,
feel what I'm gonna paint or sculpt. Like I get you there. Like something moves you, you want to paint it, just not by
right.
request. And it's like, yeah, full.
So this one is one of my. I don't say it's my old piece, but this is when I realized I'm like, dang, I think I can do this. So
Yeah.
I found,
God,
Yeah, I think you can. You got
yeah, I
bubbles in
think
it.
you
but you
might be
know
onto
what's the
something
most
there,
stressful
Nelly.
part? The bubbles.
What?
The bubbles was the most stressful part for me because I wanted them to look so realistic.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I spent the whole day trying to figure out, looking up how to do bubbles. Even
Uh
people
huh.
that was in my live teaching. I went to sleep dreaming about bubbles, and I woke up and I said,
Yep.
got it. And I spent my day doing bubbles.
You got
it's
it though, girl.
amazing.
That's
It's
awesome.
amazing. The very first one. That's what blows my mind.
No,
Is
no,
oh
don't
yeah,
mess
I'm gonna
with
try
this
this
one.
out.
That's one of the older ones. So this one here, it was a redo. I
I
mean,
love that one.
I did a post of like a before and after. This one kind of reminds me of A Different World. If y'all remember that show,
Yeah.
when they were in college. So this one kind of reminds me of, and I was like, oh, she just so fly. So I like, what's up? What you want? Oh, you want to watch something? Okay, I'm gonna get in my way. But
God, those
and
are
this
beautiful,
here
Nelly.
is another one. I felt like once I started getting better with the
Wow.
highlights in the bridge and like making it look more realistic. So
Unbelievable, Nelly.
Man.
Gosh, that's so good.
this is going to my boss. So one day I was with my boss and she was just talking to me. We just having a personal conversation. And she said, "Oh, I want this. Don't you ever sell it. I want a satin finish and I want you to just have that for me." So she was like, "Where's my painting?" I said, "I'm sending it. I'm sending it. I'm just attached to it for right now, but I'm gonna send it to you." So then
Yeah.
the other day she wanted to look at it again because she just moved from New York to Florida. So she commissioned me to do 10 pieces, but 10 pieces that I want to do.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
okay. 10 pieces you want to do?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
That's
She kind of
dope,
gave me
Nelly.
an idea of what she wanted, but she want me to do my thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
makes
unheard
sense.
of.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
you got this thing down.
Absolutely.
I guess
Yeah.
this is my favorite one, right? Let me just clear out the word.
You
This
didn't
is
hire me to do 10 pieces I want to do.
Man,
Hell.
and this
Oh,
is my
wow.
wow.
recent ones. So this was another
Oh,
level
so
upgrade.
cool.
The hair, like I couldn't believe I did the hair that good. I was like, you arrived. I have arrived.
That
Wow.
is an artist dream, Lexi.
You
I tell
got
you
you got
what.
Pipe's dreams in the comments dropping your lightning bolts.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you,
Yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
Even Pipes likes it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pipes
he
likes
knows
it.
something about painting.
So I'm
A
knocking
little
some
bit.
out. I got some prints because I got this event. Oh, while my daughter's not looking, I'm show you what she made.
Okay. We won't tell anybody. It's just me, you, and Chad. Just me, you, and...
Just the three of us.
So
What?
my daughter did this in 2021 or 2020.
Get
Wow.
out of
So
here.
this was what I would look like for Halloween.
Nice. Oh, that is so great.
So she did
That is
that.
fantastic.
But I'm gonna put this over here because I asked her. She told me no.
We won't tell. Nobody knows.
Hurry
Nobody.
up, hurry up.
When you come on our show, we don't tell.
Okay.
We ain't gonna
And
tell
this is
nobody
tell
else.
for the
anybody.
anime lovers. Y'all put who this is. If y'all know, if y'all anime, who this is. Who is
Who's
this?
that, folks? Who is that? It's a rabbit-looking person. I'm just messing with you, Nelly.
Thank you,
Oh,
Pup. This Lord
Beerus. Beerus.
Don't
Thank
act like you
you.
know again.
Usagi Puffs.
Yeah, like he knew. Yeah, this is Laura Beerus. So this is some of the anime stuff that I would do. Because I like to do anime. And I also did this one. You should know who this is. This is Chun-Li.
He's like, I have no idea.
Y'all not gamers, that's why. Look.
Man,
Yeah. Sorry. I dig it, though.
Yes. Oh, somebody got a call.
yeah,
Okay.
my bad. Supposed to be on silent,
I have
but
some
that
other
didn't happen.
artwork over there. I'm currently. I just finished this today because I'm getting ready to sell this at the event.
Oh, my goodness. That's cool.
So I'm trying to like some stuff out. I did like a few Mardi Gras. Oh, put some Mardi Gras at it.
Yes, let's see the Mardi Gras. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, she loves sunflowers.
Yeah, my favorite flower is sunflowers. So, no, ma'am, you ain't coming over here, meow.
There's that mom. I love it.
You ain't coming over here
Those
now,
are,
no.
No.
those
So
are
yeah, that's some
amazing.
of the stuff that I made for the event. I'm knocking some little plaques out so I can have. I made some prints, so I'm just gotta finish a banner and make business cards, and I'm like, yay, not stressful at all.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
Pups, we're nerds.
please
Trust
tell
me.
us. Please tell us that email address again.
Oh, let's see. Let me write it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drop that in the chat there. And also, we're going to revisit on February 2nd at Nicholls State University, which is in Thibodaux, Mississippi. From 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. She is going to be participating in an art show, and she will be doing lives. And I'm very much hoping that the folks that follow us will go support her.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
It was
Please
fun.
get a cap of that, y'all. Of the
Now your daughter's
info.
meowing. No, sir.
Ha.
That
So-
POPL thing. I think that Marcio told me about that one.
So Nelly, we've established that you're an amazing mom, amazing wife, a community leader, a great friend, an anime baddie,
Yes.
for sure, a professional artist.
I would like to thank the Academy.
An event coordinator. Am I missing anything, Nelly? Have I missed any of the
last but not least, if y'all don't mind, stick in tonight, 8:30 Central Standard Time. We will have Art War. It is for 1 hour. So far, I think I want to say 6 to 7 artists that's going to participate.
Nice.
And so I'm going to have Rick the Muse come up and explain his thing.
Oh, Rick the Muse.
Right on.
That bonehead.
Mondays and Fridays.
So the theme is Mardi Gras. They have 1 hour to start off a blank canvas or whatever they plan on using. I don't care what they use. They don't have to paint. They can use a digital art, whatever. But it has to be within 1 hour. And the spectators, everyone who's in there, get to vote on an artist that they think should win based on their artwork. I don't do the friendship thing. I want people to come back. I want people to be able to say, that 1 hour thing. Now, I feel like when I participate, I feel like I can make smarter decisions when I'm trying to knock artwork out. So I do appreciate the 1 hour art wars because I have a time crunch now to get so much artwork out. And I'm like, I need to. Almost like I'm in a 1 hour art war. So that's how I kind of treat these pieces that I'm trying to do to get some work out there. So we have so many amazing artists that come through. Samantha has one. SA has one. She came through.
Now, she told me I was just supposed to come in there and vote on her no matter how bad or good her art was, just we were friends.
She didn't say that.
No, she didn't say
Well, hey, let me say this. Yeah, we got Nelly's show is every other Thursday. Is that correct?
Every other Thursday.
So y'all can get the timing right now. It's tonight at 8:30 Eastern time. Is that accurate?
8:30 Central.
8:30 Central.
8:30 Central.
Yeah, so
Central.
we start promptly at 8:30. So some of the rules are positivity only. So on my platform, I have no tolerance of anybody making fun of anybody's artwork. Even if it's not on my art war, if I see it anywhere else, you will get blocked. Because I want to make sure my page is a safe place for other people. And then there's other people who's outside that don't even participate or not even artists, and they sit down and they enjoy and they watch this. So this when I realized it started making some people's day, and it was like, this is my relief away from what I do at work. I want them to be able to enjoy it as well. So far we always have positive vibes. We have great artists that I had not had one artist that I didn't think wasn't amazing. Everyone come through with their A game. Now sometimes when some people start their first one, they're like, that was kind of intense, but they kind of tweak it a little bit for the next one because some people want to do the big canvas and want to put all the details in it and realize you ain't got 1 hour to do that. So so in 1 hour, I done seen some amazing pieces. If y'all want to go to my page and see, because we had ladies' night. We were like, forget the guys. We had ladies' night. We had a little wine.
Oh, I see.
And yeah. You missed that one.
No,
we want everybody to tune in whenever Nelly is on at all. And we're trying to coordinate these things here, right? I'm trying to, in my mind, get like a connection here. So on Mondays and Fridays, you can catch Rick the Muse interviewing artists, and I believe that's 7 or 8-ish Eastern time. That's on Mondays
Rick's
and Fridays.
in here, throw it up.
Yeah, Rick, drop that. On Wednesday nights, we have Pipe's Dreams that comes on at 8 Eastern, and he turns into professor and gives us some lessons on painting and how to make a living doing that.
Yes,
so that's a great show to tune into. Pipes is one hell of a guy. Pipe's Dreams, y'all. Wednesday nights. Nelly's got her show every other Thursday night. We have SA Artistries on Friday nights. Every other Friday night, she does her You Pick It, I Paint It.
And I won.
And Nelly
that's where I fell in love with J-Head.
And she is now strolling across Chicago on that. Nelly's the winner on that deal. So if we can, what we would like to do is try to support each other. That's why we think Nelly is so awesome. Why we wanted her on here is because she's amazing as a person, but she's an amazing artist, and she also uses her platform to help other people. That's the key right there. When she was asked to step out, she stepped out and helped other people. So her journey isn't just about herself, and I'm definitely down with supporting that. So if you support me,
that would
please
be a good
support
idea
Nelly.
to do an art video. We all can kind of do an art video, and somebody can make a collage of those videos.
Yeah.
Wow, right
We're
on.
just
On
talking
your
about
art
that.
show? That's a good idea. Yeah.
No, she's talking about the schedule of all these different shows.
Yeah.
Or we can do like still shots, and we just make it like little videos of like, and everybody get to share it. So Rick can show up on Monday, then you can show up on Tuesday, then Pipes can show up on Wednesday, then I can show up on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And we can do on Friday, like, you know,
Yeah.
and just they can just scroll through it, and we could, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, there's PR people in the chat. Help, let's put that together.
Yes.
So we got our good friend Nelly on February 2nd at Nichols University at 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sometime in there, she's going to be doing a live. We're going to have more information. She's going to put out times on that. Be looking for that. Our good friend SA Artistries is going to be in Marietta, Georgia on February 10th, which is a Saturday. 5:30 is when the contest starts. 6:30 is when they start announcing winners. We're going to be there to support her, win or lose. It don't matter to us. We just love us some SA Artistries. If you're in the area, come support that. I'm going to drive down. I'm going to be there to support it. Chad's going to be in the box, calling her live when she's otherwise occupied. And I might even sneak in and do a little something too. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I might show up and SA and decide she needs me to be elsewhere. we'll see. She might send me back to North Carolina. I don't know. We're going to find out what happens.
One more thing, because I forget. So
Yes,
in
ma'am.
order to participate, if you want to participate, you have to comment on the post that I make on that Sunday. I try to make it Sunday. Sometimes it falls on a Monday because I'm tired. But on the post that I make about the art war with the theme, you have to comment, I am in. That's the only way I keep up with it. Not in the live, not in my DMs, because I get messages and then that's gone. I'm not that I don't want to look for it, but I'm gonna lose it. So that's the only way I'm able to keep up. So if you want to participate,
Sure.
so not this Sunday, the following Sunday, I will make a video and I'll say, hey, this is the theme. Make sure you join and comment in, you know, my video, whatever. And then you get to comment and say that you want to join.
So if they put that they're in that video, if they type that they're in, and then your show rolls around and they don't show up, what happens?
They got to be 110% sure that they want to participate, because I sent a DM saying, hey, welcome, congratulations, this is the theme, these are the rules, accept and confirm. Once you accept and confirm, that means you're agreeing to it. And please don't drop out at the last minute, because it takes up a spot that somebody possibly, because I only got room for 8 people. Sometimes only 7, because I need that extra space. I need that extra space for Rick tonight. So comment that you're in, and then I send you the rules. You get to prep your canvas the night before, and then we let the good times roll.
Hey, laissez le bâton rouler. I feel you. So we got Monday and Friday night. We got Rick the Muse. Tuesday and Thursdays you got me, and you got Chad Red Art. On Wednesdays, you got pipe streams. On Thursday nights, every other Thursday night, and some other nights that the men aren't invited, which I think is a good thing. We got some shows going on with Miss Nelly. Check that out. Specifically tonight, she has 1 tonight. So after the Chad Rev Art Show, or maybe even before it ends, we're going to send you over there to Nelly.
Yes, we're going to promptly roll at 8:30.
Gotcha. We may still be doing Chad's show, but we'll be there as soon as we can get there.
I understand.
And we'll send some folks over to you if we can. We'll start kicking them out or something like that.
We're both on Central. We'll be all right. We should be done by the time she's ready to roll. But
by the time they come in, they'll come in when the artists are like in their full form.
Sure.
Gotcha. Chad, do you have anything that you would like to go over or cover that we missed?
I would. I have something so exciting.
I'm not going to put you in the big box unless you need me to, because I like having Miss Nelly in the big box.
You know, keep her up there. She's easier to look at than myself. I have my show coming up at 5:30 Central today, and I have an extremely special guest, one of the godfathers of bringing artists together here on TikTok, one of my heroes, my TikTok mentors. I will have Max V 2.0
Yes.
on my show this afternoon from the Max V Coffee Power Hour of Coffee Power Hours of Hours of Power Coffee. So,
Max V,
yes,
Max
I
is
hadn't got
amazing.
to. Yes, Max V is incredible, incredible. Not only is he an incredible artist, but he is the one who really just showed me the ropes and inspired me to do what I do on here, like bringing artists together, trying to get a room full of people and make a commotion and get everybody just together. Like Max, he laid down the line work for me on the whole situation, and he's somebody who really just helped me out and made he's the one that changed my mind that TikTok wasn't just like 10-second booty shake videos, and there was actually like realistic, profound things on here. And I owe a lot to him, and I will have him on my show here in about an hour and 20 some odd minutes.
I'm excited about that, man. If there would be no Gin Project show, there's a direct line from what Max is doing to my appearance on TikTok to this show.
Yeah.
So
there would be no
I
Chad
love
Revok
Max
show.
V. Dude is amazing. He's a great guy. All he does is bring artists on and have them show their work and be positive and be kind to people. He is one hell of a man, and I am absolutely excited that he's going to be on your show.
He's amazing.
I'm so excited.
He is. He's he's an amazing artist, but he's just a good person. He really is just a good dude. He's a kind person. He don't put up with no mess. You know, I mean, he kind of fits in, right? Like it's probably why we all. He don't put up with no mess, but he will sure shine a light on other people, and that's a beautiful.
The welcome mat is out until it's not.
That's right. That's right. Well, Chad, is there anything else you wanted to go over, my friend?
Man, I don't know. Gonna be on at 5:30.
Right, cool.
You guys make sure to follow Nelly. Make sure to follow again if you're not. I guess you can follow me if you're really into some trouble.
And while you have the opportunity, before we shut the show down, go ahead up in that box and give each other a follow, because it's full of amazing artists. I know I haven't mentioned your name because I try not to interrupt my guests, but we thank you all for being here. It's amazing. Miss Nelly, is there anything that we haven't covered that we need to cover, or is there anything you'd like to talk about we didn't get to?
No, we're good, but I just want to appreciate everyone who came in. I appreciate the ones who always are constantly supporting me. Thank you, Puffs, for coming through. Thank you, Eric, for coming through. To my friends, Eric, my mom and my sister. I think my brother's at work, but I appreciate y'all coming through as always. Oh, you still here, sister? You're supposed to be studying. But I appreciate y'all and Jazz. I see you here, boo. I'm sorry. And I appreciate everyone who's always been supporting. I did tell you about once you meet Element Rose. She's just a sweetheart, and she's one of the people, like when I first started painting and I was at a certain level, I don't care what it was, she reposted to her story over and over and over every I didn't even ask her. She just genuinely does that. She doesn't get nothing out of it. She just comes in support. So I love Element Rose to the highest degree.
Well, I appreciate you passing that information along, and I will be talking to her soon, and we will be putting a show together, and I appreciate you for that. That's amazing. And for those that don't know, if you get to be a guest on the show, then you have some input into who might be future guests on the show. So it's just a way that I give a little respect or a little head nod to the folks that are willing to come on here. So I thank you for doing that, Nelly. I'm sure she'll thank you for doing that. And Nelly, I really mean this when I tell you, I'm so grateful that you came on the show. I really think that you are an important person in this community and in your community at home. I'm very familiar with the community where you live, and I love it, and it'll always be a part of me. And I think, Nelly, that you are so far above and beyond what most people are willing to do or can do, and you do both. You are capable, able, and you actually do it. So I thank you so much. I'm so proud that I get to call you my friend. I'm so grateful to you for how kind you have been to me and how um, just you elevate everything. Your name is perfect, Nelly Artistic Energy, and your energy is that you elevate everybody around you. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for doing the promo for the show, um, and thank you for sharing your art with us and your thought process with us. And if I can ever be of help, you have my number. You reach out to me personally, and I will always have your back, Nelly. I hope you believe me when I
Screenshot it,
tell you
everyone.
that.
My sister called me amazing. So whenever you going off on me tomorrow, just remember to screenshot.
You got a
Screenshot it
screenshot
right
right
there.
here. You got a screen. You got it right here. Is there anybody in the chat that has a
You
question
saw it
for
first.
Nelly, or would like to make a comment that we need to address? Because we're about to wrap this thing up. Because we got to do a Chad show here pretty soon too.
We're gonna be in chat till next. We're gonna keep it rolling.
Can I please get some claps in the comment section for my dear friend Nelly?
Yes.
Please give us some claps
Please.
for Nelly. Nelly, I can already tell you by the numbers, you had the best show ever. I can already look at the screen and tell you your people
Well,
showed up and showed out. So
Yes.
thank you for that, Nelly. I appreciate it. Chad and I
thank
will do
y'all.
everything we can to support what you got going on over there.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
keep the claps coming for Miss Nelly, y'all.
Thank
We
y'all.
appreciate it. Thank you very much. Braveheart, good to see you. Thank you. Miss Nelly, you got anything else for us?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Chad, you got anything else for us?
Nelly,
I'd
thank
like
you
to
for
thank
blessing us with your presence, dear.
Y'all for
Yes, ma'am.
having me.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Painting at Tiffany's, Pipe Streams, Joshua Maddock, and SA Artistries for always being behind the scenes, helping us do things. Please come check us out. Max V is going to be on Chad Art, y'all. Max V is going to be on there in just a little bit. And next week, we got Santiago coming on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that man is an artist, right?
Awesome artist.
I hope y'all are having a good day. If you're not, I really hope it turns around quickly for you. I love every one of you. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. Thank you, Miss Nelly. We love you. We appreciate you. See you soon.
See ya.
Volta.
Volta! Who's that?
Team Volta.